Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, my social media superstars. This is Taria Hodge of Social Media Saturdays. I am your host, and today I am super excited because we are talking Instagram. So I want to hear from you. How many of you out there, my social media superstars, how many of you are actually using Instagram in your business or using Instagram for business? And if you are using Instagram for business, well, definitely I want to know, how is it going for you, right? And if you are not using Instagram for business, hopefully today I'll be able to share with you 7 simple things, seven simple steps to promote your business using Instagram. So it's going to be an exciting episode. And just to let you guys know, I had a little fun. I was almost a little bit late for the show this morning because I was fooling around with Facebook stories and Instagram stories, okay? So I must admit, this morning was the very first time that I did a story on Facebook. And I have to admit, it's kind of fun. I like the Facebook stories. So that's one of the things that I'm hoping to start to do a little bit more of, just jumping in and just doing a quick video for Facebook on the Facebook stories. So I love it. Good morning, Colette. Thank you for joining. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, so yes, as you begin to join, in true Social Media Saturdays form, I want to know who's out there, who's watching. So if you're jumping on Social Media Saturdays and this is your very first time on Social Media Saturdays, I want to take a minute to welcome you to Social Media Saturdays. Colette says, where's my bow tie? Let me see if I can bring the bow tie back, Colette. Let's see. Will it allow me to do that? I think it will. There you go. See, the bow tie is here. Okay, so if this is your first time, see, Colette has me, doing all this fun stuff this morning. This is just totally funny. I hope I can make it through the broadcast without giggling all the way through. Okay, so one of the things that I was saying, yes, so if this is your very first time that you are joining Social Media Saturdays, I want to know who's out there, okay? So make sure in the comment feed, you post your first name, you post your last name, you tell us where you are from, where are you hailing from this morning, and then also share with us the product, the service, or the business that you are repping. What's your business? Exactly what do you do in your business, okay? And today we are going to do something a little bit different because we are talking about Instagram. I'm going to ask you to post your Instagram handle in the comment feed so we could connect on Instagram. Good morning, Justin. Thank you for jumping on. I see you. You like my get up? Colette has me doing this stuff this morning. So yeah, so if you are out there and you do have an Instagram account, okay, please make sure, and especially if you are using Instagram for business, I definitely want to connect, and I think we should all connect on Instagram as well, okay? So in order to post your Instagram profile, you simply type in the comment feed www.instagram.com, and then you want to put a / and then you add your profile, okay, your profile name. So Colette, if you are out there, can you please post mine for me? Once again, it's www.instagram.com / watch SMS live. So if you're out there on Instagram, I definitely want to connect and I want to follow, okay? Now, also, before we get into today's topic, which is 7 simple steps to promote your business on Instagram, I want to just go over a couple of housekeeping notes, okay? So I've noticed for the past couple of weeks, I've had people reach out to me and tell me that they're not getting the notifications for Social Media Saturdays. Okay, and thank you, Justin. I see your handle, so I'm going to definitely connect with you on Instagram. I don't think that I'm following you on Instagram, but I'm going to fix that today. So thank you for sharing. Now, yes, couple people have reached out and said that they're not getting the notifications for Social Media Saturdays. For some reason, it's not popping up in their news feed. Okay, so what I have done, I've made it really easy for everyone to get notifications. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to also go over to my website, which is socialmediasaturdays.net. Once again, the website is socialmediasaturdays.net. And once you get onto the website, in the upper left hand corner, it will allow you to receive notifications. Okay, so if you want to receive notifications, the pop-up notifications on your computer, that would allow you to be notified when we're going live on Social Media Saturdays or any other important events that we have coming up, please make sure to click on the option that says get notifications. Okay, so once again, and I'll post it in the comment thread as well. Once again, you could simply go to the site, which is www.socialmediasaturdays.net. In the upper left hand corner, it will give you the opportunity to sign up for notifications, and then that way you would never miss an episode of Social Media Saturdays. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I addressed that this morning, because I'm not sure why some people get the notification and others aren't getting the notification. But at the same token, I don't want anyone to miss Social Media Saturdays. Okay. All right, so we are just about to get started. So, I always ask you to make sure that you share out the video with your network, because I'm a firm believer. If you are interested in a topic, or if you have a question on a particular subject matter, I guarantee you that 5 other people that have the same question as you do. Okay, so I want you to look below the video, and then you're going to see the share icon. Okay, so simply click on share below the video and just go ahead and share this morning's episode of Social Media Saturdays out to your network. Okay, so that's one way that you can invite people to Social Media Saturdays. The second way that you could do that is there's an invite button. So you can specifically choose who you want to invite on this morning's live broadcast. Okay, so once again, if you know 5 people, 5 entrepreneurs, 5 business leaders who are looking to use Instagram and want to get a better handle of using Instagram in their business, then definitely this broadcast is for them. So just go ahead, don't be shy, invite 5 people that you know onto the broadcast, because I promise you we are going to have some fun. Okay, so if you haven't done it already, make sure that you go ahead and share your Instagram profile. You could simply do that by going to www.instagram.com/your handle. Okay, and mine is Watch SMS Live. So definitely we should connect on Instagram. I would love to connect and follow you on Instagram. Okay, so now, why am I talking about Instagram? Well, this month of August, we are talking about growth. Okay, so we're talking about utilizing the different social media platforms that you could actually grow your business. You could actually build your brand awareness, increase your network, increase your tribe, as some people call it. Okay, and so this week we are talking about how to do that on Instagram. And I must admit, I'm having fun with Instagram. So I'm a little late to Instagram, I'll admit that. So this year, Instagram was the social media platform, or one of the social media platforms that I decided to focus on. So I started to focus a little bit more on LinkedIn, because I had LinkedIn and it was just kind of there, right? So one of my efforts, my energies was to, build up my LinkedIn profile. And I have to say that I'm absolutely loving it. And I also started my business profile on Instagram. So before, I had a personal profile on Instagram, and I went ahead and I switched it over to business. So that's one of the first things that I want to share with you. I love Instagram because Instagram will give you the opportunity to have multiple accounts, okay? So you can definitely have a personal account on Instagram, and you can have a business account on Instagram, and the app allows you to kind of toggle between the two. Okay, so definitely if you're out there, you're using Instagram and you want to keep your personal Instagram personal for your family and friends, you could do that. And then if you also want to create your business account and keep your business Instagram for business purposes, you want to attract more of your ideal clients, okay? And that's what we're talking about today, what you can do to promote your business on Instagram to attract more of your ideal clients. You could definitely do that as well, okay? So you don't have to worry about it's one or the other. Instagram makes it very easy, and inside the app itself, it allows you to toggle between your accounts, okay? So that's the first thing. So why are we talking about Instagram? Because Instagram, it's growing, and it is definitely here to stay. So Instagram has over 700 million users, okay? And over 80% of users on Instagram have, they follow at least one business, okay, per month on Instagram. So if you're out here and you're an entrepreneur or you're a business leader, small business owner, and you're thinking that your ideal clients on an Instagram, I'm going to encourage you to think again. Okay, and I see that Brent has joined us this morning. Welcome, Brent. Thank you for joining. And I think I see that you stepped out of your workshop. So thank you once again for jumping on and and joining us this morning. So, and thank you, Justin. I see that you have sent a message that you said invites sent. So great. Thank you guys for that. You are awesome. Okay. So as I was mentioning, if you are still out here and you're thinking that Instagram is a social media platform and it's just, for the young millennials, okay, and you can't find any of your ideal clients on Instagram, I'm going to encourage you, once again, to think again, because there's over 700 million users on Instagram. And yes, they do follow brands, they do follow small businesses, entrepreneurs, okay? So it's all about making sure that you are positioning your business where your ideal clients are. So one of the things that I'm going to share with you in the 7 steps, the first step actually is to create a clear strategy. And so, when you talk to me, I'm all about the strategy, right? I'm always talking about not doing activity for doing activity's sake. When you get on a social media platform, what is your plan? What goals do you want to achieve from that social media platform? So are you looking for brand awareness? Are you actually looking to position your products or your services for sale? Or are you looking to use that social media platform to help you with customer service? Okay, so that's the first thing. The first thing, you have to know what are your goals, and then you have to align your strategy and put that strategy in place that will allow you to meet your goals. So good morning, Mr. Maury. Thank you for jumping on. So here is a couple of things that I want you to keep in mind when you start to think about your strategy on Instagram, okay? So one of the first things, I want you to think about how often you're going to post and when you're going to post on Instagram, okay? Now, there's no clear cut, dry, you should post on Instagram, at 10 a.m. in the morning, you should post on Instagram 1 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? What I usually say, if you are just starting out, what you want to make sure that you do is try a couple of different posting times, okay? Try a different couple posting times and then see exactly how your audience is reacting to your postings, okay? So if you notice that you're posting like in the morning and then you're getting a lot of engagement, maybe your ideal clients are on at that time of the day. If you're posting on the weekend, and this is things that I had to notice too, like when I post on Instagram on a Sunday, it's like crickets. Okay, so Sundays is not a posting day on Instagram for social media Saturdays, okay? Because the engagement is low. You like my look? Mr. Murray, thank you so much. You have to say thank you to Colette for that. She has me in the get up this morning. Okay, next we're going to start to talk about your content themes on Instagram, okay? So with your content, and bear with me one moment. Oops. I don't want to run out of juice here. You see, that's what I get for playing around this morning. I was playing around this morning with the stories and charged my battery and killed it already. So please forgive me for that. So one of the things that I wanted to share is make sure that you are posting. You post if you're just getting started. Make sure that you are posting at a couple of different times, so that way you could get a feel for your ideal clients and know when they're interacting with your content. Okay. The second thing I like to share with you, don't make me laugh, Mr. Murray. One of the things I like to share with you next is to develop your content themes. And I love content themes on Instagram, okay? And all I mean by developing a content theme is to know how exactly you want to showcase your content on Instagram. Okay, now you could have actually some fun with the content themes as well. I know definitely I'm having fun with my content themes. One of the things that I've done is broke Social Media Saturdays into specific topics that I'm going to cover each month. And as I go ahead and I develop the images to go along with that, those images reflect the theme. Now, I'm going to share this with you too. Before I started my Instagram account, I did a lot of research. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I had a consistent look, a consistent brand on Instagram. So I did a lot of research, and one of the influencers in my industry, you know, I kind of like what she did with her Instagram account, and it's Caitlin Batcher, and she's from Social Boss. Okay, so that's the name of her group, Social Boss. What I really loved about her Instagram content is that everything was clean and it had a uniform look. And when I saw her Instagram, I said, you know what? That's how I want my content to look. Okay, so I think it's very important as you go ahead and you start to think about positioning your brand or your business on Instagram, that you think about what you want not only to post about on Instagram, but you think about what you want your content to look like. Okay, now also engagement. As part of your strategy, I want you to make sure that you think about how you're going to engage on Instagram. So one of the conversations that I had as I was starting my Instagram account was to be careful of the Instagram bots. And of course, bots, I didn't know anything about Instagram bots. I was just like, Instagram has bots? Yes, Instagram has bots. And so someone pointed out to me that a lot of times when you see people commenting or they're following you, they're not actually responding. They're using third-party softwares, they're using applications, okay, to respond. And so if you are on Instagram, and I think you probably may have noticed, sometimes when you make a post on Instagram, the comment that comes back doesn't quite match what you posted on Instagram. So I want to share with you, and I'm very big on this. You know, I believe that, you know, when it comes to social media, you should be using tools and applications to help you manage. But you definitely want to make sure that you're careful of what you're using, okay? So if you are thinking that you're going to get onto Instagram, and it might be, once again, a little bit too much for you to manage, please don't use any of the autoresponders. Make sure, or the bots or the applications. Okay, make sure that you are actually going in, okay, and looking at your comments and you are responding to your comments. And it doesn't necessarily have to be you yourself personally, but it could be your team as well. So make sure that your comments are authentic, and then you're sharing. You're really engaging, okay? And the same for when you do follow other people on Instagram as well, okay? You want to make sure that you are genuinely engaging with their account. So those are just some of the things when it comes to step number one, which is creating a clear strategy. And I'm always big on that. I share with you all the time. Before you get onto a social media platform, you have to make sure that you understand how it fits into your social media strategy. Okay? Next, step number two, we're going to talk about how to make your Instagram account a little bit more discoverable. Okay? So how do people actually find you on Instagram? So the first thing that I'm going to share with you, you want to make sure that you are linking your Instagram account to your other profiles. So if you do have a website, okay, you want to make sure that people can find your Instagram through your website, okay? So other areas that you could promote Instagram. And I actually love it because even if you are on Facebook and you have your Facebook business page, Facebook allows you to go ahead and have Instagram as a tab on your Facebook business page. So now as people find you on Facebook, they're following your business page, it's very easy for them to connect to you on other social media platforms. And so Instagram is one of those platforms that you could definitely share for your users to follow you from Facebook. So your website, other social media profiles. Also make sure that you are adding your social media handles, Instagram included, to the signature of your emails. So every time you send out an email, right, those recipients of your emails, they have a way for you to connect, or a way for them to connect with you on social media. Okay, great tip, right, Mr. Murray? So that's another way that you can make your Instagram account a little bit more discoverable. Also, you want to make sure on Instagram that you are using relevant hashtags. Okay, so as you start to build out your Instagram profile, it's important for you to know and understand which hashtags are relevant to you and your business and are relevant in your industry. So as you take a look at your ideal clients, once again, what are they searching for? What are the hashtags that they're using on Instagram? And you could actually use those hashtags in your post as well to attract more of your ideal clients. Okay, so make sure that you are using relevant hashtags. Now, when it comes to the hashtags, please don't go hashtag crazy, okay? So make sure that the hashtags that you're using, they are making sense. So Mr. Murray says he does not understand. Okay, so I'm gonna say, I'm thinking you're asking about the hashtag part on Instagram. So let me share with you what a hashtag is. So a hashtag is, well, of course you know what a hashtag is, but I'm going to share with you what the purpose of having a hashtag, is. The purpose of having a hashtag is people actually search content online like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even LinkedIn. They search particular content using a hashtag, okay? So if you want to know what's trending on a particular topic, or if you want to know what's trending on a particular brand, you could simply go in, we're talking about Instagram, so you could simply go into Instagram, and in the search box in Instagram, you could type in that hashtag. And what Instagram will do, Instagram will share with you all the posts that were made on Instagram that hashtag was, attached to, okay? So this is a great way for people to find your content. So once you do some studying on your ideal clients, okay, and I tell people this all the time, one of the things that you should be doing is studying your competitors, okay? Take a look at some of the postings that your competitors, your influencers in your industry, that they're using hashtags that they're putting out there. Okay, and not just the ones that they have designated for their business, okay, but the general ones as well. Like one of my hashtags is social media, okay, work from home, entrepreneur, things like that. Okay, social media marketing, hashtag social media marketing. And I also have my personal hashtag, which is hashtag social media Saturdays. Okay, so as people are following you and they're following your business or your brand, they're able to search in Instagram, and they'll pull up your latest postings. Okay, so that's one of the things that you want to make sure that you are doing. Make sure that you're using hashtags that are relevant. Okay, also, tip number 3. We're going to talk a little bit about consistency in your posting. So, Mr. Murray, I hope that answered your question, on how to better use hashtags for Instagram to make your business a little bit more discoverable. Okay, so that's what we want. We want people to be able to find us on Instagram. Okay, all right. So next we're going to talk about step number 3, which is posting consistently. And I say this all the time because consistency is everything. Okay, once you are consistent in your business, once you are consistent on Instagram, you're posting on a regular and consistent basis, what happens? People kind of expect postings from you. Okay, they want to see what you have coming up next. So one of the things that I absolutely talk about, I love to share this, that it makes it so much easier for us to be consistent as entrepreneurs if we develop a content calendar. Okay, so definitely plan out your content. And I talk about this all the time, on social media. A lot of times where we drop the ball is because it's in the planning. Okay, so we really don't necessarily know what we're going to do on social media on a day-to-day basis. Okay, but if you plan it out and you have your content calendar, that allows you to become and stay more consistent, especially on Instagram. Okay, next, you want to make sure, step number 4, you want to make sure that you create the bomb.com profile on Instagram. Okay, so here's a couple of things that I love about Instagram, and it's kind of quirky too. So let me just share this with you. One of the things with Instagram that I had to get accustomed to, and I guess everybody who's using Instagram at one point had to get accustomed to this, is that when you share your content on Instagram, Instagram does not allow you to share the URL or a hyperlink in its post. Okay, so that was one of the things I'm accustomed of when I'm posting, on Facebook, to share my links, on Facebook, so people could connect to the information that I want them to connect with. So Instagram, not so much. So that information, you definitely have to make sure that you are including it in your bio and in your profile for Instagram. So I just took a couple of key pointers here that I would love to share with you on how to create the bomb.com profile and bio on Instagram. So the first thing, you want to make sure that, of course, you have your name. So what name are you going to use on Instagram? So when people search on Instagram, it comes up. So is this the name, of your business? If you're talking about business, using Instagram for business, which we are, create a business account, put your business name on there. Okay, so once people start to search for your business, they'll be able to find you. Now, when it comes to creating your name on Instagram, you are only allowed 30 characters. Okay, so I just thought that I'll point that out to you. Next, you want to make sure that you create your Instagram username. Okay, and this is your @ name. So @ name. Mine is @Watch SMS Live. So once again, this is the name that people could also, another way that people could also search for you on Instagram as well. Okay, and one of the things that I absolutely love to share is to make sure that you're being consistent all across your social media platforms. Okay, so you should not have a username on Facebook that's totally different from your username on Instagram or different from your username on Twitter. Okay, so if you can, make sure that your usernames are consistent all across the board. For example, my username for Social Media Saturdays, and I do have one for Social Media Saturdays on Facebook, it's at Watch SMS Live. So if you actually type in the search box on Facebook at Watch MS Live, you'll notice that my Facebook business page will pop up. You could search for me also on Twitter with the handle at Watch SMS Live, as well as on Instagram, Watch SMS Live. So you see, I am consistent all across the board. So it doesn't matter which social media profile people are trying to connect with me with, my username is the same. Okay? So you want to make sure, once again, that you are including the link to your website in your profile. Okay, so once again, Instagram does not allow you to hyperlink any external links into the post itself. Okay, so if you are directing people to connect with you on a property outside of Instagram, you have to make sure that you put that property in your bio. So it could be a website, it could be a landing page, it could be the link for people to sign up for your newsletter, whatever that goal is that you want people to achieve. For me, just to share with you, one of the things that I'm focusing on is building my Social Media Saturdays group, right? So in my profile in Instagram, I'm directing people right back to what? Social Media Saturdays, so they could join me live. So you definitely can do that. It does not have to be a standard website. It could be an external site. You could connect them to a landing page of some sort to collect leads, but just know that as you put that information there on Instagram, it's only available, it's only working in your bio. Okay, and I've seen strategies just to share with you. I've seen people who actually change out their links on a weekly basis in their bio. So once again, it goes back to their strategy and what is it that they're trying to accomplish on Instagram. All right. Now, step number 5, we're going to talk about tags. So tags are also another great way that you could promote your business on Instagram, right? But you want to make sure that you are using your tags appropriately. So there are 2 different types of tags that you can use on Instagram. You have user tags or mentions, and then you also have location tags. Okay, so one of the things, if you are using user tags or you're using your mentions, you want to make sure that you're not abusing it. Okay, so if you are out, you're networking, and you took a picture, you're sharing that picture on Instagram, you want to make sure that the person that you just met at the networking event, if you want to notify them, you could also tag them, or give them an @mention. And what that does, it also notifies them that someone is tagging them. So similar to tagging, on Facebook, similar to tagging on Twitter, similar to tagging on LinkedIn as well. Okay, so it's either called a tag or an @mention. And then you could also tag the location of your business as well. So this is for my entrepreneurs, my business owners, small business owners out there. If you have a physical business and you want to make sure that people know where you are located, you could also tag your location, and you could also turn your location services on as well. Okay, and that allows people to know in a particular area that's where your business is located. So if you are looking to pick up more local clients, local customers, definitely you want to make sure that you are using the location tag option. All right, so let's move right on to step number 6, and we're talking about going beyond the images and using Instagram stories and the live videos. So this is another great way that you could promote your business on Instagram. Okay, so I can't say it any other way. Video marketing is hot, hot, hot. Okay. Almost every platform out there now, social media platform, gives you the opportunity for you to share videos. Okay. So you don't have to now worry on Instagram of being confined to just images. Okay, so I had a little fun this morning before I started Social Media Saturdays. I was almost late because I did a Facebook story for the very first time, hence the get up. Okay, Colette has me in my get up this morning. Okay, and I also did an Instagram story as well. Okay, so similar to Snapchat, similar to Facebook stories, Instagram stories, they only last for 24 hours as well. Okay, so this gives you, once again, to build in that scarcity factor, you know, if you're promoting a product or service, or if you just want to jump in, you know, and have some fun connecting with your audience, you definitely want to start using the power of live video. So Instagram stories would allow you to do that. And you could also do live videos like I'm doing right now here on Instagram as well, okay? So who knows, maybe after I'm done today, I'll jump on an Instagram and I'll do Social Media Saturdays on Instagram. Or, you know, maybe I just need to have another device. How about that? I kill two birds with one stone. I kind of left my iPad in the Virgin Islands, so I can't wait until I get back. So definitely live videos on Instagram. And step number 7, last but not least, to get more visibility on your business on Instagram, you could also run ads, okay? So consider Instagram advertising. So if you don't know, Instagram is owned by Facebook. So you do have a couple of ways that you can run ads on Instagram. Okay, so the first way that you're able to do that, you could go right into your Facebook's ads manager, and then you could create an ad and have that ad shared on Instagram along with Facebook. Okay, so that's one way that you could do it. Or you could go directly into Instagram itself, okay, and you could promote content on Instagram directly, okay? Okay, and I think Mr. Murray, I might see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So Mr. Murray says, I'll pick up your iPad for you. I sure bet you would. It's all the way in the sunny Virgin Islands. It's all the way in St. Thomas. Okay, so let me go back and make sure that I catch all of my comments and my questions. Justin says, nice setup. Brent, thank you for jumping on. Oh, okay. Stepped out of my workshop with Myron Golden. Hi, Myron. Good morning. Make sure you tell Myron I said good morning, Brent. Okay, I love me some Myron Golden. Okay, and Mr. Murray's on there. He said my ad flyers end up on Instagram, but I don't know how they get there. Oh, okay. So Mr. Murray, I think I just answered your question for you. So as a placement option in Facebook advertising platform, you do have the ability to use Instagram or choose Instagram as a placement option. So yes, you can run Instagram ads directly from your Facebook advertising platform. That's one way you could do it, okay? And you could also run the ads directly from Instagram. All right, thank you, Colette, for posting the notes. Time for me to change my email signature. Yep, definitely you want to make sure that you are including your Instagram handle. All right, and let's see. Brent says, good job. Mr. Murray says, I know. Okay, all right. So before I do a recap on the 7 steps to promote your business on Instagram, what are some of the cool things that you guys are out there doing on Instagram? Are you using Instagram for business? What has it been like for you? I'm curious. Okay, I wanna know exactly what's working. Like I said, Instagram was definitely definitely one of the platforms that I started focusing on this year for my business. I've had a personal account before, and I decided, I said, you know what, I'm going to start the business account on Instagram. And I think I started the business account, I want to tell you, back in March, and it's been going very well. So one of my strategies, and I'll share my strategy with you, is that I encourage people on my Instagram to come over and join me in my Social Media Saturdays group. It's actually in my profile, okay? Because I know once they connect with me on Instagram, they could have a deeper connection once they join me on Social Media Saturdays. So that's part of my strategy as well. So I definitely want to know what's working for you guys. If you're using it, what's working, and hopefully if you haven't started using it as yet, this will give you the opportunity to kind of think about it, you know, and get started. And Brent says, this is great information. Yes, Brent, this is what it's all about. You know, like I said, I really truly love doing the Social Media Saturday show, bringing the latest updates on social media platforms, because to be honest, it's a lot. Okay, so this month in August, we're focusing on how we could utilize, you know, several different social media platforms to grow your business. So August is all about growth. Okay, so we're talking today about growing your business with Instagram. And Mr. Murray says, you're such a blessing. Thank you, Mr. Murray. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You bless me as well. So I love it. That's what we're all here to do. Okay, so I did have a little technical difficulty, guys, so kind of bear with me a little bit. I'm holding my phone. I did not expect for my battery to die this morning, but I am going to do a brief recap on the 7 steps to promote your business using Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to share with you step number 1. You want to make sure that you develop a clear strategy for Instagram. Okay, so if you ever had the opportunity to be in conversation with me, you know I talk about it all the time. You don't have to be on every single social media platform. Okay, and if you do decide to join a social media platform, one of the things that I want to make sure that you're clear on is exactly what you're going to do on that platform. So make sure that you have a strategy that's in alignment with your goals. And Diane says, good morning. I have an Instagram account, but I really don't know how to use it. So Diane, I saw that you just jumped on a few minutes ago. Luckily for you, I'm doing a recap on the steps, okay? But the video is still going to be inside the Social Media Saturdays group. So yes, I shared some pretty amazing things that you could do to get you started if you are new on Instagram, or maybe you don't know how to really turn it on and make it work for you as yet. Okay, so step number 1 is to make sure that you have a clear strategy. Step number 2 is to make sure that you make your Instagram account a little bit more discoverable. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are sharing your Instagram account on your social media platforms. People have an easy way to get from your website to your Instagram account. Like I mentioned earlier, great tip, if you do have a Facebook business page, Facebook will allow you to connect an Instagram tab from your Facebook business page that will connect you over, or connect your users or your followers over to Instagram. And also another powerful tip, you want to make sure that you include your social media handles, including Instagram, in your email signatures as well. Okay? Step number 3, you want to make sure that you are posting consistently, okay? So just like any other social media platform, you want to make sure that you have a content strategy. So lay out your content, know exactly what it is that you want to share on Instagram. And let me just say this, you know, because Instagram, you know, is pictures, you know, and videos, you definitely want to think about, you know, some of these things in advance, okay? So it's great for you to use Instagram to share content, like when you're at an event, you know, or you host an event, you have a product that you're showcasing. Those things are great, but what are you going to post when you're not hosting an event, okay, or you're not promoting a product or service, okay? So make sure that you are mapping out your content, and that would allow you to be more consistent on Instagram. Step number 4, you want to make sure that you are crafting a great bio and a great profile. So one of the things that you definitely want to make sure is that people know exactly what it is that you do, you know, in your business. Who are you designed to help? Okay, from your bio, from your profile information, people, you know, should be able to get that. Your ideal clients should be able to connect and identify with that, okay, with what your products or services, that you are clear on how you could help them. So you could do that in your bio. And also in your bio, you want to make sure that you include a link to an external source. So whether that external source is your website, that external source can be a landing page, a squeeze page, a lead gen, okay? So that's another great way that you could collect leads from Instagram, is making sure that you offer a free gift, okay? And then post a link on how people could get that free gift. Great lead generation strategy, okay? And even for me, myself, what I do is I direct people from my Instagram over to my Social Media Saturdays group, okay? Because once again, I want to be able to connect with them on a deeper level, okay? Step number 5, you want to make sure that you are using tags, okay? So there are 2 ways that you could tag on Instagram. You could tag users on Instagrams, like mentions, okay? So if you are, you know, would like to shout out a particular person in an Instagram post, you could simply use the @ symbol and tag them. And then you could also tag by location as well. So if you do have a physical business, brick and mortar, you want to make sure that your location services are on, okay? So people know exactly where you are and they could find you, because that's what it's all about, okay? Step number 5, you want to make sure that you have a little bit of fun, like I'm having fun today. You want to make sure that you are going beyond the images and you start to utilize video on Instagram. So you could now share stories with your Instagram, and then you could also share live videos on your Instagram as well. And finally, step number 7, you want to make sure that you are utilizing Instagram's paid platform, okay? So you can definitely run ads on Instagram. You can promote content, okay? So those are my 7 simple steps to promote your business on Instagram. All right, and I see that Diane and Colette has done an awesome and amazing job of posting notes for me into the group. I just love you guys. I love you, love you, love you all for that. Okay? All right, and if you have not had the opportunity to grab my 5 steps to creating a winning social media strategy, if you haven't had the opportunity to grab that worksheet, I'm going to offer it again, okay? So you can get the worksheet by texting the word strategy, okay? So you want to make sure that you text the word strategy, and you text it to 240-747-7115. Once again, it's 240-747-7115. And that would allow you to grab the 5 steps to creating a winning social media strategy. So once you go through that worksheet, okay, and I did an amazing job, if I do say so myself, putting it together, it will give you the opportunity once again to think about, once you get on social media, what are some of the things that you need to put in place, the things that you have absolutely must-haves that would allow you to turn social media on and make social media work for you in your business. And I'm telling you, it's not just another activity where we get on there and we hang out and then we just, you know, don't see any results, okay? So it's all about, you know, taking the steps to ensure that we are achieving our business goals. That's what it's all about, okay? So thank you guys once again guys and gals, for joining me on another amazing episode of Social Media Saturdays. And I will see you guys on the next one. Enjoy. Bye-bye. And Mr. Murray says, I'm doing a great job listening. Well, that's where it starts, Mr. Murray. Listening and taking notes, and then you have the implementation. All right. All right. Take care, guys. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.